everyone, welcome to another video tutorial with RS Jafarzadeh. This video is designed to accompany the workshop I held about resizing images or several images at once using Photoshop's batch function. In the previous video and workshop I talked about how to resize one image at a time, but this video is going to show you how you can resize a whole bunch of them at a time, and here's where you might use something like that. So for example, let's go to my photos here. If I go over here, I have this cool folder with some animal pictures here, and if I double click on one of them, you can see there's some pretty neat pictures in here. Here's another picture here, and you can see lots of really cool pictures. But if I want to email this to someone, well, let's take a look at how big the file is going to be. I'm going to highlight them all, right click and go to properties, and take a look at how big the file is. 26.1 megabytes. Most servers probably would not even accept this. You probably can't send it out, and if you can send it out, lots of servers would block it because it's just too big. 26 megabytes takes a while to download on a lot of computers, although in this day and age it would probably be okay, but it's quite big. So we want to shrink it down so it's not taking so much space and it doesn't take so long to send off. How do we do that? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder where the images, once they are shrunken down, a place for the images to go to. So I can make a folder in this folder, or I can make it in the pictures folder. So I'll just make it over here. I'll right click, or I can go over here to where it says new folder, and after I've done that right here, I'm going to just give it a name, animals small, just so I know that the pictures are going to go in there. Right now it's empty, there's nothing in there. If we go back, the regular pictures are in here. So let's have Photoshop shrink them all down. And close this window, we don't need it anymore, and we're back in Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and go to File and Open, and I'm going to open any one of those pictures. So I'm already in the Animals folder. I'm going to pick one of the pictures, and once I've opened it, I want Photoshop to record everything I do to this picture. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to open up the window called Actions, or not window, but the palette. If you look on the right here, you can see a whole bunch of different palettes or mini windows here, but I want another one called Actions. So I'm going to go up here to Window and click on Actions. Now if I look on the right, I have Actions here. Sometimes it'll already be open, but if it's not, that's how you get to it. Once it's open, I'm going to create a new action. When this window appears, I'm going to give it a name. And by the way, I kind of skipped over that. When you want to create a new action, you click on this little picture that looks like a piece of paper or a page turning in a book. So once I click there, I get this new action window. I'm going to give it a name, Shrinking Pictures. And the cool thing is you can reuse this action as many times as you want if you choose to. So I'm just going to click Record, and you can see it's automatically recording everything I do now. So let's get started. I'm going to resize the picture by going to Image, Image Size, change the resolution to 72 because I'm planning to use this for the web. I'm going to change the size so that it's a little bit smaller than this, maybe 800 by 592, that's fine. So I'm going to change the width to 800 on all my pictures, and I'll click OK. You'll notice that a new line appeared here where it says image size, so it just recorded what I did. You'll also notice that the picture is super tiny. Well, it's really not, it's just zoomed out by a lot. It's 25%. So let's make that actual, show actual pictures here. Oh, sorry, under View, actual pictures. So this is how it looks here. This is about how big it's going to be when I send this off to Grandma or whoever I'm sending it to. So once that's done, I need to save it. We're going to go over here to File, Save for the Web and Devices. Once I'm there, you may have this window here. This is one view where it shows different versions of the same picture, or it may be under Optimized. Optimized just shows one version of the picture, and 2 up and 4 up show different pictures so I can compare them. Like, this is the original. Maybe on this one I want to see what the quality looks like at 100, and then on this one I want to compare it to 25, and then on this one it's comparing it to 50 here. You can see the number changes for each time I click on one of these. So it just lets me compare them. Doesn't really matter too much in our case, but I'm going to leave mine at 100. I'll leave it at full quality. And I'm going to click Save. And it's going to ask me where, so I'm going to put it in that new folder we created under Pictures. Animals Small. I'm going to click Save here. And it closed. The final thing is that I have to close this original. So I'm going to click on the X here. It's going to ask if I want to save it. That's talking about the original one, this one here. I don't want to save the changes to that because I made a copy of it already, and I don't want to change the original. So I'm going to click No, and I'm going to stop recording. So that just recorded everything I did to that one picture. Now let's have it do it to the entire batch. File, Automate, Batch. We're going to go over here to where it says Source Folder, and I'm going to choose the folder. I'm going to choose. Under My Pictures, I should see a folder. Mine's kind of funky actually. Yours will be normal, but mine is, my pictures are inside my music folder. Don't ask why. But I made a little change there and it ended up in there. I have to fix it later. But I'm going to click on the original folder here, Animals, and I'm going to click OK. And the destination is going to be none because we already saved it to the correct destination when we were recording. So we don't have to worry about that. Click OK. And now it's going to run through all the pictures. It'll open them one at a time and shrink them down. In about a few seconds, once it's gone through all of them, we're going to take a look at that same folder and see if there's a difference in the file sizes. So you can see it's automatically resizing them all for me. Okay, all done. So we're going to go ahead and go down to my photo library here. And let's take a look. The same pictures are there. Let's highlight them. Right click and go to Properties. And you can see it went from 26 megabytes to 4.6 megabytes. Much smaller. It really shrunk the pictures down for me. It's much easier to work with these for the web or email them. So that's a great way to shrink your files. There's a lot of other ways, and there's actually a lot of simple ways to do this too, but it's always good to learn how to use Photoshop. It can come in handy for you down the road, especially when we have more workshops. So good luck. Practice makes perfect. If you have any questions, just contact me or email me and I'd be happy to help you. Good luck and have fun.